Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode on Minecraft Adventures. I'm your host, Hitman. And in today's episode, I have no idea what we're going to do. I didn't really plan that far ahead. Yesterday, generally on Mondays, because this is Tuesday, generally on Mondays, I do Minecraft Monday, which I did yesterday on live stream. The only issue is the last two or three streams, probably, I think actually the last three streams I've been doing, I've been hosting or showcasing my mod. I've been playtesting it, and I've just been having so much fun with it that I honestly didn't even think about what I was going to do in this world. And so, because of that, it's gloomy, right? It's a gloomy world. The world is in pain because I have not given it any love and attention the last 3 days, if you will. The last 3 days, if you will. It's supposed to be air quotes. Um, so today, I'm really not sure what we're going to do. Um, and I really hate to even put out an episode without having a little bit of knowledge of what I'm gonna, what am I gonna walk into and what am I going to do. We can either go and work on some stuff that requires us to go build some farms or something like that. Um, I need to dedicate episodes in the future to specifically more like the. And here I was on a roll without having a brain fart. My item sorter. That's something that I need to work on. I need to dedicate a couple episodes or maybe even just a live stream to, because that will take some time to do. So, that said, I don't know. I don't know where to start, where to begin, what to do. I don't want to spend an hour going and working on a pathway of this and that and this and that. I don't want to go to the Nether, gathering up Netherrack, or not Netherrack, but well, yeah, Netherrack. I don't want to go to the Nether, gathering up Netherrack, or even looking for ancient debris. Those are live stream things that I should be doing, but um, I, I'm trying to keep it simple when it comes to this. So, okay. That also being said, now that I mentioned that bringing up my mod, when I first logged into the game today, earlier, I was prompted with a warnings of I know what I'm doing, right? Which generally means that you have added in um, something experimental. Specifically, if you add in like in custom enchantments, whether it be in a data pack or a mod, then that stuff gets, you get that warning. So I may have messed up this world because I inadvertently somehow put the mod in this world's instance. And what I mean by that is I run the Modrinth app and I create instances. I have one that is specifically just for this map and the chill zone server. And then I have an instance for modding, and then I have an instance for something else, right? So when I uploaded this instance, or when I started this instance, apparently my mod was in it, and I hope that did not mess up any structures. So I don't see. Well, there is that, so that's a problem. Um, I was wondering why there was a book. So yeah, there's a book. Um, there that. Well, let's see what happens if I. Yeah. So this is basically the guidebook to do that. And I guess because it's a signed book or something like that, it's already it's in the game. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Let me go destroy this. So I hope I didn't corrupt my world with my mod, because I wanted to do a whole play series. I want to do a whole play series on my own with it. Um, so basically, when I get to the point where this one is, and I may even start it up before then, but kind of like I did on the last playthrough series where I have um, the Chill Zone server. Um, I'm going to kind of slowly start working more on the mod series, the mod Let's Play series instead of the series. Now I know that, I'm sure you all will probably be a little upset by that. You know, if you really enjoy this series, if you want to see the mod series, then that will be in the future. I know some people like to see some people like series that are short and sweet. Some people like to see series that are long. Kind of like Ethos got his series where it's a long series. I'm trying to create content. I'm just trying to have fun. I'm just trying to, make sure that, whatever it is that I'm doing, that it's enjoyable. People are liking it. People are, um, you know, they're, they're supporting me, if you will, that with the likes and the views. That's my goal. And again, like I've said in the past, several times in the past, I'm not trying to be some big, excuse me. I'm not trying to be some big new YouTuber or anything like that. I'm just simply trying to enjoy making content. I'm just trying to, build a small community of people that, let's say that if, if I, you know, if I have a server that's open to the public, which I kind of do, it's whitelisted, so not anybody can join. But, I want if I have an SMP server that anybody, that's available to people, I want people to be able to, to join it and make it a home for themselves, to build on it. Whether it be, and then if I have my uh, my Dagmod server, which actually has a name. It's the intended name for it is called Roguelands. And I kind of had a little bit of lore built up, but it's still a matter of I don't want. Okay, so the issue that I have is that most story-based servers start with a dedicated world. The world that I have, I don't want to be dedicated. I want it to be I'm sorry, it's not dedicated. It's persistent. I don't want a persistent world where every time the server spins up, it's the same world over and over and over again. It may be the same world seed, but I don't want the same. I don't want like a persistent world where you spawn in this particular area and then which I guess it's half of one, half a dozen of one, six of one, half a dozen of another, as the saying goes. I guess that's the case. So, I mean, it's still kind of the same even with world generation, but my point is my server will have the same seed, but hopefully, some of the stuff will change. So, like some of these custom dungeons and stuff like that I have, they will change. That's my point. So I don't want the same. I want the same map, the same seed, but I don't want the same identical structures every time. I don't want people to be able to necessarily speed run it. So even if they were to play the mod in a sense um, of randomness, even if they can play the mod on if someone chooses to have to do their own mod, which it will be for public release, but it's not necessarily um, like like that's not the intent, but it will be available. But if people want to play the mod on a server and they want to play it, excuse me, randomly, so every 3 months after you set the main goal and it's complete or whatever it is, with like seasonal, if you want to play the mod as a seasonal thing and every season it ends and you start up a new map to keep it interesting, that's absolutely fine because that's, it can play that way. So, and that's fine by me. But for the most part, I probably will keep, the same seed over and over and over again and then just either recreate the world, start all over, or prune it, or leave it long term because ideally it can be done long term as well. Um, so I've spent the first 10 minutes, 12 minutes just talking and BSing with everyone. I still don't know what I'm going to do. Um, without going and exploring some of the stuff, I don't really have a goal in mind on what I want to do here. And I really feel bad about it because I came unprepared. Um, I could be doing an episode um with the DAG mod instead, and um I need to fill this in. This needs to be filled in as well. So I plan on making a gate here and then a uh like a a wall around it. Sorry, I was. Huh. Honestly, I didn't even know that hole was there. So, what I probably will do is just for the sake of okay. Yeah, I'll probably fill this in, do a little terraforming since I don't really need it. This I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. This can be the I don't know. Don't really know. I do not really know. Okay. But I honestly don't know what I showed off in the last video. I assume that I showed off, and it may have been on live stream, so I do apologize. I should do better about going and checking to see what I did in the past. Didn't I put in the the trap? It's a what the heck are them things called? I don't know. My, my mind is a complete is a dumpster fire right now, I think. I can't think of what they're called. The berries. Berry bush. I mean, surely sweet berries. Gosh, sweet berries. So I put in you if you I don't know if people knew this, but if you take sweet berries and put them down one block and then put a carpet over the top, mobs, to include villagers, will not cross that. They're more likely, like, can they be pushed across? Probably. But, um, so if you get a bunch of them piling up here and they're all trying to push forward, will one push through? Yes, I know that is the case for this, but for them to just want to walk across this, that won't happen. I don't even know if they can be pushed across that anyway. I may be mistaken. But I do know that a carpet, I want to call it a carpet trap, but it's not. But doing this will, um, ouch. Yeah, see, I barely even got to it. But doing that, they will not cross it though, naturally at least. And honestly, that's the whole point to a lot of my series is like I'm no expert in Minecraft, right? I know a few things. I know enough stuff to get me by. People come into my comment section all the time and tell me things that I have forgot about or new things that I have never known. And I greatly appreciate each and every one of them because they help me, they keep me going. So if I do something that you're not familiar with, and like there's even things, okay, so if I do something that you're not familiar with, well, you're welcome if it's something that you learn. There's times that I'll say something or do something that may contradict another person's experience, but unless I just absolutely don't know what I'm talking about, which I try not to speak that way, but there are times where yeah, I just for the most part I will probably misspeak. Like I'll have something in my head and then I'll probably just misspeak it that, oh yeah, this is how this goes, when in fact I'm absolutely wrong. Because I'm talking about something else instead of that. Um, but yeah. Huh. But yeah, I'm no expert. I myself, I know what I know, and that's honestly the cool thing about Minecraft is everybody has a little bit of knowledge someplace and somewhere. It takes a whole bunch of people to make up, like on a server. It takes a lot of people to make up a knowledge base. Some people are not as experienced in certain things as some other people are. And it's okay. It's okay to be that way. It's okay to um, be less knowledgeable than others. I'm sure there's some one little piece of information that 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 very few other people know, and that's absolutely fine. That just makes you valuable in your own way. Then you got this guy that just won't stay off of stuff. But anywho, so again, what I was going to say earlier though was, I don't know how much left I have on this series. I know you're all saddened by that. I'm sure you wanted to see, so much more, but somewhere the around beating the end dragon is probably where I'll call it a quit. Not let me rephrase that. I'm not going to call it quit as much as I'm just going to probably step back from making as much content. Like, I may still try to log into the world and maybe make a 30-minute video of this is what's going on, kind of a diary of my life in this one, if you will. But I'm gonna try to start focusing on a lot of this stuff was done besides the obviously the trader hall because I did all that on video. I recorded all that, but a lot of the stuff that I've done was done on stream, and I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it because I took away content from potential future videos. But that's just the way I did it, and that's the way I played it. And I mean, I'm not mad at myself because I don't regret it. I just and even that may be contradicting myself, but I just feel like I I could have done better by doing some of this stuff else, otherwise. I mean, I still have my diary here, of things that I want to do that we need to do. Make a storage facility, obviously. That's still a top priority. So, and then finish out the trader hall. That still has to be done. It's not done. It's not. There's the area upstairs still needs something to be done with. As you can see, do something with the area with the empty top area, whether it be a farm, whether it be an aquarium. I still think an aquarium would have been cool. Um, but maybe I'll do something with the aquarium up there instead. Um, make an aquarium for Alex and Steve. That's done. Still need more deco, and deco is not my forte. Still need to make paths to other villagers. That's still on the list. And then here's the bamboo. The beetroot is bamboo farm's done. Beetroot farm is a manual, but it's done. Yes, black ink still needs to be done. Cactus, carrot, needs cactus and carrots are done. The crimson tree needs to be done. The Enderman farm needs to be done, and that one I honestly can't do until I go to the end. I don't know if I will do it or not. But all this stuff still kind of needs to be done, and that's stuff to do in the future. Um, but like I said though, there's content that I still need to do, but I will probably like. I guess what I'm trying to say is please don't be upset if my video doesn't come out this week, or like when I get to that end point, if it doesn't come out every week, if it comes out once every 2 weeks, or if it comes out sporadically. Maybe I'm just trying to find better content, but all the while I'm still trying to promote my mod and all that. That's really my goal is to promote my mod, to work on my mod and get it going. So all of this is really just side note and just kind of gives me ideas on stuff to do, maybe even storytelling. That's kind of where I was hoping that this would go, is kind of a storytelling thing. That's why it was called Minecraft Adventures. all these farms and all that stuff wasn't even supposed to happen. It was supposed to be simple. I was supposed to come into a town, make a few things, make a couple of raise up a couple of traders, move to the next one. I was going to be kind of a vagabond, move from village to village, doing some work here and there, and then um, moving on to the next village after I felt satisfied and completed. Like maybe raising all the villagers they had up, maybe making a breeder for each one. Um, kind of like this one over here, making a breeder and then, replacing the villagers just so that way they can die because we all know that's what's going to happen anyway because, forgive me for saying, villagers are stupid. Um, I mean, and the reason why I say is, on my mod, I went to a village and there was nobody there because they all had left their doors open and they died. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I still need to name all the cats. Cat 1, cat 2, cat 3, cat 4, Meowth. Dog 1, dog 2, dog 3, dog 4. Puccina 1, Puccina 2, Dennis. So, again, so yeah, that's where I'm at though. There's a lot uh of a lot of stuff still to do, but I'm just kind of at a point where I just don't know how I want to go about doing it and stuff like that. Um, and it's high time that I start building my own stuff, but you know, I got to get there. Mentally, I got to get there. Um, and see, and then there's all this, like all of this stuff, that I've got to do. I mean, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's time to accept reality and then move on to the next village. Or accept that I've done all I can do here and then move on to the next village. Oh. Hence, that's what part of making all the roads are for. I don't know. Maybe this is a trader village, mostly for trading, for village trading. That's why I have, you know, the home here or the trader hall. Maybe that's what I do, and then when I get to the next village, I figure out what the main attraction's going to be there, which it won't be a trader because I have this one here. I find the big thing that I'm going to build, and then I build it. Whether maybe it is an iron farm, maybe it's a very, very large iron farm, or a very, very large crop farm, or something like that. So, maybe that's what I do. Maybe I turn this one into, because if you look here, this is where we're at. So this is a trader's village, right? It's got a few things here and there. But if you go to up to the swamp area, what is it that the swamp has? What is it that the swamp has that that we as a player will need? Answer that. Leave me a comment. There we go. That's something to talk about in the comment section. What is it that the swamp village does? The swamp. Okay, so this is the game plan, right? Let's do this. Let's go and grab our book and make a plan detail. Right? So here's what I want from the viewers. Help me out here, please. right? We're gonna go. I should leave that last, but I'm not going to. All right. Future. I can't type, so I'm a very, very slow typer. I never took typing class. I'm a kind of a muscle memory, which I know that's what typing is. It's muscle memory, but I'm just a kind of a muscle memory, and I'm prone to messing it up. So bear with me when I'm typing, and the fact that I type slow compared to most people. So future plans for um Minecraft one. One. Name the trading village. Current. Gosh dang it. This is where we're at, right? The current home village. Let's do this. Current village, right? So to name the swamp. Okay. Make make a path. Swamp village. Give it a name. And designate a farming farming resource. And what that means is that, again, like I said, when we go to the map and we're like, okay, this is the swamp village, right? We'll just do, where's this town center? We'll just do this, right? We'll put the swamp village here. Create a waypoint. Create a waypoint. We'll call it the swamp village. And then what'll happen is that when we get a name, we will change it. That let's do this. All right. So we'll save that. Should we do it in? We create a group. Probably create a group. So we'll have a swamp village, and then what's its resource? That's what I want to know. Like, we need a name, and then we will need a. Of course, we'll also need a name for the village that we're at too, right? We want to rename this from home to. Actually, we'll just do home. Home. We'll edit it, and we'll do. Uh. This isn't going to. This isn't going to replace particularly anything. Like, I mean, this is still going to be the central base, right? But we want to this because we've done so much here and turn this into a breeder village. Actually, let's change this to Central Trader Village. Central. Turn it into Central Trader Village. Um, so we'll have that, and then we have this one that we're gonna go to. We'll find out a resource like should we do like some sort of a swamp farm like slime balls? Is that what they're going to be known for? Do I go to there in order to gather items for you know like uh um like slime balls and stuff like that? Is that where we go? And then let me see. There's a village over here someplace. Oh, there it is. Like this one could be because it's close to the Pale or Oak Garden. I don't know. It could be something. But we'll go back up north because We'll wait on working our way down here because there's also this one here. So what? Is this one going to be a logging thing? Do we find a mushroom? Do we turn this into a logging village? Is that what this is going to be? We'll do a waypoint. Create waypoints. I don't really want to, but we'll call it logging. And that's what we'll work with that and stuff like that. Which I don't really like that, but so because these are close by the mountains, do we turn this one into a fishing village? Anyone that's actually no, this one will be a fishing village because it's next to a lake. So we'll do and these will be primarily like when you go there, you'll find traders that are more in the fishermen. So we'll do a fishing village, and we'll try to theme out those villages with each of those little items. Um, this one I have no idea. I don't even really remember being here. Oh wait. I do remember this village. I don't remember what's over here though, but I have to go back and look. But these are up in the mountains, like these are up high. 120, 130. 27. So I don't know. Um, but as you can see, that this is where I'm planning on going. Village. Four. Point 5. Save. Um, don't really see another village. This totally was not needed. And then maybe even come down here and make and we'll try to build bridges across and make paths and stuff like that, right? That's my goal. With this village, as far as, or I'm sorry, with this underwater temple. Oh, it's not a temple. It's underwater ruins. The ruins, not temples. Those are ruins. It wasn't. It wasn't a temple. At least I don't think it was. Over there may actually be. It may have actually been a temple. Yeah, because there's another pillager outpost. That one didn't have what I was looking for either. It didn't have any allays. I was kind of looking for allays. Here's another fisher village. Another fisher village. Gateway point. Oh, I need to. Hello. Yeah. So, and that's what I'm talking about though. Like those little items, um, help me uh free paths, other designated is give them a trade session. Now, this does not mean that that they have to be like, the village is primarily like, okay, like the logging village, for instance. I'm not looking to make the logging village like a whole bunch of well, there's not a logging profession. There's not a lumberjack profession. But I but what I'll do is I'll go in there and you'll have your primary stuff, you'll have your toolsmiths, and stuff like that, because those will be needed. But you'll have 2 or 3 toolsmiths, which I believe are already kind of there. We'll get those guys set up and going. We'll make a breeder. Every village we go to will make a breeder, because we will always need to be able to replace any of the villagers that get killed off, or in for role playing essence, if they died, right? So we always will need to be able to replace them with this form of this farm will need to be prevalent in everyone. Um, Go back and do that, because I want to be able to make sure that I capture what I'm saying right now. I don't go back and review all these videos. I should, but like I said, I make these videos, and everybody can come in and be an expert on how to make videos and stuff like that. But everybody that suggests how to make my videos better aren't making videos. So unless you can prove to me that you know what you're talking about, then I'll listen to you. Now, I'm not trying to be, forgive me for saying, but an ass about it, but I don't take constructive criticism too sincerely when it comes to people that haven't proven their worth or their value. I will take any opinions, options, or anything like that, like on how to play a game. Like, oh yeah, you could make this farm and stuff like that. But when it comes to making videos, and again, I'm apologizing right now if this offends anybody. But if it offends you, then well, you're probably who I'm talking about. But the people that come into my videos and tell me, or that give me feedback on I need to start doing this and this and this when editing my videos and stuff like that. I don't edit videos. You get the raw, uncut footage. Now, I will pause a video so that way I can step away right quick or whatever, right? I'll do that stuff. Um, and then if I have to cut anything out in the future, I will. Um, I will edit where I absolutely have to, but for the most part, my videos are raw and potentially uncut, because I don't like videos that are heavily edited where it took me 4 days to make a video because I recorded so much content and then I spliced it all together. I don't like doing that. I'd like to give you, in the sense, this is what I did today during this playthrough. So anyway, again, I apologize for jumping on a soapbox, but you know, like I said though, give me a reason to believe you. You want to tell me how to make a video? I'm gonna go check out your channel. If you have 0 videos, I ain't listening to you. No. So you know, you better have a few videos uploaded, and you know they better be what you're talking about and stuff like that. And if you have like 1 subscriber, that doesn't help me out. Your 1 subscriber versus my now. Thank you everybody that has subscribed. Over 106 subscribers. Thank you very much. That's the one actually. Yes, thank you. Thank you all. 106 subscribers. I have 106 subscribers as of I think it was Friday. And because I was on live stream and I had some people jumping in. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone that jumped in and has got me to over 100. It wasn't even a goal. I don't keep goals like that. Again, like I said, yes, it's nice. I probably should. People will probably be more reactive to it. But I feel like, you know, in all honest and in earnest, if you like my content, you like my videos, you'll subscribe. You want to see more of me, you'll subscribe. I had one person comment and say, "I watch all your videos while I'm taking a dump." Hey, great, thank you. Thank you for watching. You know, you're not going to offend me. There's a time that probably would have made me mad, but not anymore. Like I'm thankful that, you know, if it's true, thank you for watching. Um, but but again, thank you everyone for helping me get to over 100, 106 to be exact, and or as of 40. But thank you again, thank you everybody. So again, that being said, going back to what I was saying, if you have 0 subscribers or you have 1 to 5 subscribers and you ain't making videos, I'm not going to listen to you on how to edit and how to make videos. That's just the point blank system, point blank truth to it. And I don't mean any disrespect for that, respectfully. Or no, disrespectful. I mean disrespecting that respectfully. and I'm serious. It's like I get a few people that will comment, and I'm not trying to point anybody out, but it's like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you to tell me how I'm going to talk in my videos? So, if people wanted to, you know, if more people wanted to, if I start editing my videos and start being somebody that I'm not me, and my videos aren't me. They're not genuine. That's why these videos are uncut, unedited. For the most part, uncut and unedited. Again, sorry about the whole soapbox thing. What was we coming back over here for? We needed to, oh yeah, um, for each village, have 1 villager breeder to supply. Again, if I could resupply cost. Five. If there was a 5, I'll add 5 there. 2, 6, just in case there is a 6. You know, so yeah, so that's the goal. That's the plan. And honestly, I'm sorry. That's actually probably what this video is going to be about. The future of not Minecraft, the future of Minecraft adventures. Where do we go from here? You know, and again, I know some of my viewers you know, are just here to pass the time and watch me do whatever I'm doing. Again, I thank you for that. Again, all your engagement means so much to me. The views matter to me. The likes matter. The comments, you know, I greatly appreciate matter, and they matter so much to me. So yeah, if you could leave a comment below on any of the stuff that we've discussed, about, the future of Minecraft adventures and where we want to go with it, I will try to include it. But like I said, for the most part, though, we'll start seeing this series slow down a little bit. It's already slow enough as it is. Um, I will still try to continue to do an episode each week. Um, Even if it is just making a path to the village. Um, maybe those are the episodes that I do edit. And when we get to the village, like every 10 episodes, maybe like, okay, so again, I'm just throwing this out there. Maybe when we hit episode 30, like I said, we will go to the end city. We'll spend the whole 30 series, the 30 block of episodes, 30 through 39, making end city or end content. We'll go and beat the end dragon. We'll go do this. We'll go do that. We'll try to like find our way around and go get some shulker shells, and do this and do that. Maybe even make a shulker farm if I've got the materials to do it. That would require a lot of bamboo and a lot of string. That's something I need to do is make a string farm. I'm telling you, like my mod, I kill so many freaking spiders because of the queen spider that spawns, and she spawns so many eggs. She lays eggs, and so it's a whole bunch of little spiders that are the nuisance. I kill so many spiders that, like, in one episode, I racked up like almost 3 stacks of string. Um, I get so much. Of course, then again, my sword is also looting 3, so that helps out a little bit. But nonetheless, the point is that let's go see what the trader has. The point is that um, there's so much that I've got to do in order to get to that point. Oh, cherry saplings. Oh yes, please. Wait. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. I need to go get more. I need to go get more. I want to try to get as many cherry saplings as possible. Because that's probably not going to be enough. That'll only get me 8. Because I want to build a cherry grove. And get some more of this horn coral. See, squirrel moment. Squirrel moment. Get out of there. Wait, was there... Where's the leash at? I'm being nice. I am being nice. Oh, never mind. I thought you could give them back. Thought you could leash them and give them back. Apparently not. But yeah, I'm like being nice. So like I was wondering why it was so quiet. My headphones are messing up. Time for some new headphones. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at though. Again, like I said, I had no idea what I was going to do with this episode, but I somehow managed to get an hours of content out of it. And if you're disappointed in this episode, I'm sorry. Um, I it's not my best work, no. But I'm just being honest with everybody that I'm kind of at a what do I do next struggle. So again, I will take any criticisms that you have, in the comment section with future things. What would you like? What would you like to see? Things that potentially. Oh, I think I did this on stream. Um, I don't think I did it in the episode, but I did this on stream. So I have uh, a melon and pumpkin farm. So yeah, simple. It's tileable or stackable. I can actually stack one more on top and then do it all over. So I might do that just to increase, but these were meant to just be for um a sale. When we got ready to sell the melons and all that stuff, the melons and the pumpkins, what it was for. Like these guys. Yeah, there we go. So now I can go out here and grow cherry trees. I really wish we could stop the griefing of Enderman. Where they pick stuff up. 1, 2. Uh, what else? I guess we could go do this right quick before. I don't hate it. What else? What else? Oh. I do that. So many. You guys saw my still hasn't reset, which means that he can't get to it, even though he's right next to it. Maybe I need to. Maybe I need to put that down one more. I may have to wait till he goes to bed and then drop it down one block. I guess they have to be able to look on top of it. I don't know, but or look at it above. I mean, he was able to sync with it, so who knows? Trying not to. Try something right quick. Maybe, just maybe. Um, don't think he can fall down in here. I have to just go that way with it. probably won't work either. Oh, well, that works too. Just go to sleep. Wait a minute. Yeah, we'll just do that. I guess I could. Yeah. Did you lose all your llamas? It looks like you lost all your llamas. Llama, llama, lamb, lambs. But yeah, I think that's a decent episode. This is, I guess, more of a I wouldn't even call it a recap episode, but I guess more of a, this is where we're at. This is where we're gonna go with the future of this. Um, and go from there. Um, trying to keep things going. I'm trying not to get burnt out on it, trying to be ruined by anything. So, yeah, I mean, again, like I said, maybe just um maybe just a a video of let's see where, what directions would you guys like to see. And I know, no, I know a lot of everybody's probably more on the lines of thanks. I had it under control. But maybe just more of a video of this is, I want to hear what people think. Give me some ideas to see. I've asked in the past about, like, animal names and a few of the other things. Like, I'm all for suggestive. There's another one. Gonna play Ring Around the Building. you know, but yeah, just a little thought on you know, where get back in there. Where can we go with this, right? I'm all for, you know, insightful inspiration. You know, help me make content, you know, that's a little bit better. Or I wouldn't say better, but you know, more geared toward, you know, things that you would like to see. And then we'll try to adapt it into my play style. So, like this list came from one of my viewers, Spoon. They commented with a bunch of stuff, and I copied it and pasted it, and then even added a couple things that wasn't in there, or at least that I didn't notice that was in there, to to the list. But you know, sometimes the hardest thing is you know, when making a list is making the list. So the first thing you do is top number one item is make a list. Then you've started your list. The hardest part about making a list is starting the list. So if you put down as number one item, start the list, start a list, then you've started your list. Or, you know, see where I'm going with this, right? Um, items. But you see how easy it is for me to get distracted. I'm all over the place. You know, this is me. This is the content that I make. You're either here for it or you're here for it. So, um, but anywho's, yeah. Let me go put this back. Yay. And then I've got enough. I've got enough blaze rod that I can make. And this isn't all of it. I've got some of it stashed away someplace else, but I've got enough blaze rod to make more eye of enders because you always go in with at least 12. So, as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do that. Always go in with at least 12. That way you can have, in case the stronghold doesn't have any eyes in it, because it is a possibility. It's probably rare that it will have 0. It would probably more than likely have at least 1, and it's rare that you only need 1. So if we totally go the wrong way, I don't think we need this for anything else. Plus, if we did, we would totally have... Oh, one other thing I did. I changed all this out. So now we have a basically the same thing we do with the bamboo logs. And that's what we do. I got tired of it being able to only feed one side because of the way hoppers work. When you have a single hopper that drains into here. So for instance, the only reason why, and the reason why I have 2 is so that way it can fast dump, it can empty this chest as needed. So that's the reason why I have 2, or else 1 line of hoppers would probably be enough. But the way I found an issue with my setup, because the way this goes in, it can only fill so much at a time, and so when it drops in, it drops into the top slot here, which would drain through here, and it would only ever feed this one. So I changed it out so that way it dumps into this chest, and then now, as it and I'm again, the only reason why there's 2 lines is because that way it can fast dump. That way you get double hopper speed, and then we'll dump into this, and so to keep it from, and the reason why, again, another reason why I have it that another reason why I have 2 lines of hoppers, because like I said, the fast dump, it will put not one at a time, but it will move, even though it is technically still one at a time because you can only move one thing in a hopper at a time, it will fast dump it and put it in here. So by the time this gets back around, you may have 6 in here. And then that way, instead of it just dropping one in, if it only has one in the box or in the hopper, the minecart with hopper, it will only ever move into um because when it this senses that there's something in it, it triggers this and releases it. So if there's only one in it, it should trigger and release. It may take more than that, and it may be weighted. Well, I think it is a weighted. I think the detector rail is a weighted rail. But even the weight of the minecart itself will set it off. So, but I think it reads that there's items in it, but I don't know if it takes one item or if it takes, 35 items to sense it, to make it trigger and go off. So, anywho, so I just want to make sure that I don't run into the same issue where it triggers on one, even though this is dumping one at a time into here, and that it still only goes to this one because it's going to drop in the first hopper that it comes to. That all made sense. Yeah, and then I can still just come over here, manually trigger. Then let it do its thing. And if I wanted more sticks, well, I haven't really got the whole stick thing back over here to working, so I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. So maybe I'll throw a hopper back in there so that way it will actually, the overflow will actually start working both sides. Haven't really figured that part out. But, that's a future me problem and not a this episode problem. So, what do we do? We didn't really improve on anything. I don't even know what I'm going to screenshot. But I don't even know how I'm going to do this thumbnail. Like I said, this whole thing is so beyond my mindset right now. I'm just kind of shooting in the wind. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like the video, give it a like. If you dislike it, give it a dislike. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you're a first-time viewer on here, consider giving me a sub. Again, I appreciate all of those as well. So, I guess if that's everything, then we will see you guys in the next episode. All right. Remember to leave the comments. That way you can help me out in building the world. All right. You guys have a good one. All right. Bye bye.